smart method of Ayurvedic reflexology takes us to many interesting places around the world, and this is certainly one of them. We've just finished a Smart 2 workshop just a few minutes from the famous Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland on the Northampton coast. SMART is short for the Stathis method of Ayurvedic reflexology therapy. Ayurvedic reflexology is now routinely used by reflexologists in at least 15 countries. This new and exciting approach to foot and hand work is best described as a successful blend of Eastern and Western philosophies and techniques. Ayurvedic reflexology is based on the principles of Ayurveda, India's ancient, traditional and comprehensive medical system. The techniques used in Ayurvedic reflexology help balance the subtle energy systems of the body by supporting the efficient flow of vital energy called prana. If I say milk the cow, you'll know what I'm talking about, yeah? And then two hands together, two hands coming up together, so thumbs are underneath, fingers on top. According to the philosophy of Ayurveda, the body cannot remain healthy if the flow of prana becomes interrupted. Prana flows through microenergy channels called nadis, which are similar to the Chinese meridians. Vital energy centers called mama points are located along these nadis. The mama points help to maintain an optimal flow of prana to all parts of the body. Don't take it off until you finish the work, because it breaks the energetic connection. The feet and hands contain many important nadis and mama points. The whole body benefits when these channels and points are worked in a session of Ayurvedic reflexology. Now, let's take a look at some techniques. The hands-on component of a session is usually around 40 to 45 minutes. The feet or hands are worked in their entirety, one at a time. A session begins with a series of mobilizing techniques to encourage client relaxation and to loosen any tight soft tissues such as muscles, tendons or ligaments. Mobilizing techniques are usually feel-good techniques, a really nice way to start a session. Warmed sesame oil is the lubricant most commonly used for Ayurvedic reflexology sessions. Stimulating work follows the mobilization. This involves a lot of friction techniques such as rubbing and stroking. That's why we need to use oil. We usually start working on the outside, the lateral side of the foot. The thumb or fingers can be used. Throughout the procedure, we are frequently reinforcing the flow of prana in the direction in which it naturally flows, which is from the heel-ankle area towards the toes. After completing the lateral side, we move to the inside, the medial surface, again starting down at the heel area, then working towards the toes until the whole surface has been worked well. The medial sides of the feet are important reflex areas as they represent the midline of the body and all the important structures that are located there. The top of the foot, the dorsal surface, is worked next, right from in front of the ankle area up to and including the toes. Again, the thumbs or fingers can be used. There is an absence of fatty padding under the skin here, and some areas can be quite sensitive, so the work is done with a great deal of care. Underneath the foot, the plantar surface is next to receive stimulation. It's best to use the thumbs, and of course plenty of oil to facilitate the friction movements. The entire surface is worked well, including the toes. The thumbs are used to carefully press into the reflex areas before the energizing work begins. An exciting addition to the session involves the use of a small bronze kasa bowl from India. The bowl is traditionally oiled and then rubbed on the sole or the palm during handwork. According to the philosophy of Ayurveda, working with the kasa bowl helps to balance the subtle energy systems of the body. Kasa bowl work is usually applied to each foot or hand for around 3 to 5 minutes. Now we come to energizing the mama points. Here again, it is best to use the thumbs. It is important to make sure that sufficient oil is used when working mamas, as unnecessary friction can create energy imbalances. Working the mama points is always the last of the vigorous techniques. The touch then becomes lighter and slower, leaving the client feeling totally relaxed, nurtured and blissful.